Hello everyone. Let's talk about one of the most interesting topics, which is to hide sensitive information from our data before passing it to the LLM. So as you can see on my screen, this is the expected output. So you have some text in which, let's say, you have confidential information like phone number, person name, then email address. So how to hide such information before passing on to the LLM. So that's what I'm going to speak today. And earlier I have already created a video with the same concept. Let me quickly point you to that. So this was the video which I created, and in which we will see how we can protect the sensitive information, which is almost in the same similar line, but it uses assembly AI. So let's say now if you don't want to use assembly AI, or you don't want to use one more key in your application, then we can go with this solution wherein we are simply using LangChain and the code is in Python. So let's quickly get started with this and see what we can do with this. So the first of all, you need to make sure that you have installed all these packages, and once the packages is installed, so this I'm going to do using LangChain's anonymizer, which internally using Presidio, which is an offering from the Microsoft itself. So what we are going to do here is we are going to import Presidio anonymizer, and then we will be providing some string inside the anonymize function. So let me quickly run this and show you how it works. So what it has done is it has just renamed this particular name Danny Gosh to Heather, and then it has changed the phone number to some phone number, and the email ID is also changed to some random email ID. So you have seen how nicely it has just removed the original values and push in the new values. So let me quickly show you another example. So let's say you want to just redact the name and you want to leave other information as it is. So in that case, what you can do is you can just pass in the field name. So person is the field name here, and it will just try to replace that name. So here you can see that Danny Gosh was the original name, which has been replaced with Jacqueline Smith, and the rest all information is as it is. So it is not like that it will replace everything, but by default implementation is to replace anything. So if you just want to stick to one field, then you provide your name, the field name under the analyzed fields. So in a while I will tell you how to identify the field name, but just stick to this and see how and what all things we can do with it. So this is another use case, and the next use case is, let's say you have a text of something like this wherein you have phone number, and let me execute this cell as well. So what I'm saying here is my name is Danny Gosh, call me at this number, and my repo number is this, and my email is this. So what it has done is it has just replaced the Danny with Melissa, then phone number with this, but you can see that the another number, which is my repo number, is still the same. It didn't remove or redact that information. So, and the reason behind this is because maybe it is not aware what is this repo number, or maybe it is not tagged in his system, in its system, that there is something called repo number, and when it is already identified one phone number, it didn't feel like tagging it again as a phone number. So that's the reason it is just displayed as it is. Now the question is, in your case, let's say you want to mask this value as well. So in order to mask this value as well, what we can do is we can write the pattern which will match with the string what we have. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating the pattern, just giving a name to the pattern, and this is the regex pattern. And what this pattern does is it will just identify 5-digit number which is followed by space. So definitely you can have your own pattern which you need to mention here. And once this is defined, the pattern number, you need to define the recognizer. So under the pattern recognizer, you just need to give unique name to your pattern. So here it is repo number, and then pass in pattern name. So it could be like you can have multiple patterns for the same string. So you can just pass in here comma separated. And once that is done, you need to associate that recognizer again with the anonymizer, and then you can make a call to this. So now if I will make a call to the same string, you will see that the repo number is also masked with some value, which is in this case just the repo number which we just created. So it is the entity name which was replaced, which was a replacement for this repo number. Now next question is, you don't want such string to appear here because it really looks fake. That message doesn't look realistic. So in that case, we also want to replace this placeholder with some number. So for doing that, what you can do is you need to use the faker, which is again another library, and using faker we are going to generate some random number. So I'm saying generate some random number between 1000 and 5000 and then replace that number instead of this placeholder. So this is my faker, and here you can see for a sample I'm just, in fact we don't need this. So it will just go ahead and generate some random number between 1000 and 5000, and this is the number. So the same implementation we will be using for our this anonymizer. And how we can do is, so basically now we need to club two things. One is we need to define the pattern using our regex, and then we need to fake the value. So this is the entire code for that. So what I am saying is first you need to initialize the anonymizer with your Presidio anonymizer. Then we are defining the regex pattern, and the same pattern we are going to associate with the recognizer and then adding the recognizer. So once this is done, next thing is we need to add the new operator, which is adding the fake value in this case. So for new operator, this is the syntax, and if you don't know how to create these operators and all, I can point you to the official documentation. So this is the documentation. It can explain you like how you can create like simple anonymization, how you can customize your, so here it is customizing something related to person name. So I just picked the idea from here, and same thing you can apply it in your case also. So rather than name, I'm just playing with the number, and for generating the fake number I took the random function. Now if I will run this particular thing, and make sure to add the recognizer as well as the operator with your anonymizer. Now if you will run this, you will see some fake value appearing over here rather than just the repo numbers. So this is again one of the most important feature when you are dealing with huge data. You want to replace, let's say, so many strings with some fake string, then you can definitely take this approach. Next thing is, how will you get to know whether this is recognized as a phone number and this is as a person name? So in that case, what you can do is you can use the reversible anonymizer. So what this does is it will just give you the placeholders for the values it just replaced. So let me show you this piece of code. And here you can see that now rather than replacing with some random values, it just gave you the placeholders. So my name is this, phone number is this, repo number is, now here it is showing 1 2 3 4 because I didn't associate my new recognizer with this. But that's not the point here. Point here is how to identify the entities which are associated with those numbers or the values. So this is how you can do it. Now if you have these values, definitely you can go ahead and replace with the original ones. Now how do you know that what is the original value of this phone number or the person? So in order to get that, what you can do is you can just call the de-anonymizer mapping and it will tell you the mapping. So this is the person entity. So the person here is replacement for the Danny Gosh. Then the phone number is 325. So whenever you have this phone number, it is the replacement for 324, this number, and the email address is this. So this is how you can redact your sensitive information. And one more thing is, these are the available, I would say, the inbuilt entities which the system recognizes today. So person, email address, phone number, IBAN code, all these are the few handful entities which it recognizes. So if you have anything outside this, then definitely you have to define your own recognizer, your own pattern, and then add it to the anonymizer, like the way we did for repo number. So that's all I have for today, and I hope you find this useful, because I received many requests from my audience that how can we hide sensitive information. So if you are already using Assembly AI, then you can go with my earlier video which I have created. And if you're not going with Assembly AI, then this could be one of your options. So just install all this and we are good to go. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and thanks for watching.